Hey guys, doing another video review, and today we are looking at wireless IP cameras. So the one we are looking at today is by a brand called COOAU, and we are looking at their 720p wireless IP camera. So as always, let's give you a good look around the box, and as you can see, fairly plain packaged, and according to this side of the box, it's a 3-step setup process, and I can confirm it is pretty much a 3-step setup process, so it's fairly straightforward. Let's open up the box and show you what you get inside. He says as he loses the instructions. So you have the instructions there. You get what looks like a toothpick or a knitting needle. This is in fact a reset stick, so if you do need to reset the device because you're having any issues, you can use this. I can confirm I haven't had to use it yet. You get a LAN cable or an Ethernet cable. You do need that initially to set it up, but thereafter it does have Wi-Fi capability, so you can disconnect it. You get the mounting bracket. In comparison to the camera, I will say this does feel a little bit flimsy, and it doesn't feel as well built as the camera itself. But it does do the job. You get your installation instructions, or which works on here for Windows. Doesn't work for Mac, I don't think. And you also get some screws and a raw plug just to help you install the bracket as well. Now the camera I have on the side, because I've already got it set up with the power lead and the camera itself. So let's go ahead and give you a good look at the camera. So as you can see, nicely branded there on the front. If you turn it round, you've got your microphone / speaker just there. So through the app you can listen in on whatever's being recorded, or you can actually speak through it as well. Which was a nice feature that I tested out this morning. Spoke through it and asked my mum for a cup of tea, so it worked quite well. On the back here you've got your Ethernet cable socket just there. You've got your reset socket. Just there is your SD card slot. You've got the antenna, which is completely adjustable, and then finally you've got your 5-volt DC power socket there, and you can see I've already got it plugged in. This works with the app, which is called Keycon, and I've got it already installed on my phone. I'll show you that as well. It is free to download through the App Store as well as the Play Store. Once you've got it all set up, and you will see a list of all of your cameras there. I've only got one, so I've only got one, and you can rename it and customize it. You click on the camera, it goes loading live video, and then as you can see here, it's loaded a live video. So if I turn it, there should be a slight delay. There you go, and you get a lovely image of my face. So you can see it works pretty well, and it is pretty much spot on. With the app you have the ability, what I'll do is I'll put this down for a second and I'll show you the app as well. So with the app, what you have is you have the ability to control a lot of the functions on the camera. So I can actually pan and tilt my camera using the app just by sliding on the side, and you can see hopefully it's starting to spin round. There we go, start to see there, just like that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll hold this up and then you'll see. So there you go. So you can see just by flicking like that, I can pan left to right, and then I can do up and down as well, just like that. So pretty good. Through the app as well, I have the ability to talk through the mic, as well as listen in on audio. You can take snapshots. You can set preset positions. So if you've got it set up in one position in the corner of your room, or if you're using it as a baby monitor, you can then have it set up to multiple sort of preset positions, and then you press each one and it will automatically go back to that position. You also have motion detection. Motion detection is pretty good. You have the ability to set up so that it emails you with a screenshot letting you know that it's detected motion, or it will send you a push notification. When it detects motion, depending on the sensitivity that you've chosen, what it will also do is it will either record an image, and when it records an image, or takes a screenshot, what it does is it takes 3 multiple shots, or it will record a short sort of video clip as well, and you have the ability to set that up all through the app as well. So pretty much spot on. Finally, to the video quality. The video quality on this is amazing. Day and night, I could not fault it. Honestly, it's spot on. It is 720p, and you do see that through the footage that it records. I think what was it? That was it. I had the lights turned off, and then I had it on, obviously, night vision mode, and it could read the side, sort of the side of the book. So on the actual spine of the book, I could make out from the footage exactly what it said on the spine of the book. And again, with this, what you have the ability to do is you can zoom in on an image as well. It's a digital zoom, so it's not like an optical zoom. But again, you have the ability to do that as well. So if you're using this for a baby monitor or for, I suppose, security, it's going to work faultlessly. So there must be a slight niggle, and unfortunately, I know most of the time I don't have many niggles, but this time around there is, and it's with this power cable. So the power cable is pretty good. I'll put my phone down for a second. So the power cable is quite good, and it's fairly long. It will allow me to, I suppose, if I've got the power cable plugged down at the bottom where I've got my skirting board, the power cable will run all the way up to the ceiling, and it'll be long enough to do that. However, if I decide to route it from the skirting board round a little bit and then up the wall, it's not long enough to do that, unfortunately. And when it comes to these sort of things, I would rather the power cable be too long than not long enough. So that's my slight niggle. So if you are thinking about that, you will probably need to buy an extra power cable. Off the top of my head, I don't know how long it is, but I want to say it's probably about 1.5 to 2 meters long. And you probably want like a 5 meter cable ideally, or even 10 meters would be amazing, because it just means you can tuck away the excess wire. But if you wanted to run it a long distance from your power socket, you've got that flexibility there. So to the ratings, build quality, can't fault it on the camera. Bracket's a little bit flimsy, but it does the job. My con as well was the length of the cable. Again, pretty good, but would prefer it to be a little bit longer. Wi-Fi connectivity works pretty well, and couldn't fault it. I've connected, at the moment, I've got this connected over 3G, 4G, and that was the footage that you were seeing, so you can see it was spot on, and it works over 4G as well, so it's quite good. I have noticed if your Wi-Fi is a little bit weak, or for example in this instance we're sat upstairs, my Wi-Fi router is downstairs, there is always a slight sort of 2-second delay between your instruction and what the camera actually does. So if I press left or right, or if I'm looking at the footage, there's like maybe a 1 or a 2-second delay. But again, apart from that, very, very good. So to the ratings, I am on this instance going to give it, I reckon, it's either a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5. I don't think it's those two niggles. I know they're small niggles, but I think the power cable is probably the biggest one out of the bracket and the power cable, and I think the power cable does need to be slightly longer. So I think I've made up my mind, and I am going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I think if the manufacturer literally just came back with a longer power cable, or the ability to buy this with a far longer power cable, it would win hands down and get 5 out of 5. So that is the end of my review, guys, and as always, thanks for watching.